From this moment forward, you have two choices for how you live. One is the route of mediocrity and struggle, and the other leads to boundless expansion and truly remarkable achievements in your life. Which path would you pick? This video aims to revolutionize your mindset and, in turn, your entire existence by unveiling secret insights known only to a privileged few. Yet you must first ask yourself, am I genuinely ready for a sweeping transformation? If your answer is yes, then let's proceed by looking at the two paths, the two possible roads laid out before you. The first road is to accept the world exactly as the ordinary person perceives it, remaining subject to circumstances for the rest of your days. This is the existence of the average individual attempting to endure on this planet. It seems logical because the crowd all around you is locked in the very same rat race. From childhood, you have been so deeply conditioned to believe that this is simply the way the world functions, that it's a perpetual battle for survival in a realm of limited resources. But there is another option for you. The less obvious way, the path of the mystics, the red pill. It may not feel comfortable at first, but once you begin walking it, you will discover keys to the universe's hidden treasure chests. Think of your biggest wish right this moment. Is it to increase wealth, elevate relationships, or become extraordinarily successful in your pursuits? All those dreams can be realized if you dare to bet on yourself and abandon the conventional road. This second route involves escaping the matrix you've been placed in and reclaiming your sacred power as the architect of your reality. The world in which you currently exist tries to convince you that you're only a tiny gear in an immense machine, so vast that you have no choice but to abide by the rules it has set. You are inside a simulation, but there is a method to extricate yourself. Awaken to your own strength. The simulation you see around you is produced by your own thoughts, because you are the god of your reality. Neville Goddard once stated that man's biggest false belief is in causes outside his own state of consciousness. Whatever a person encounters or does or experiences stems from his consciousness. Your consciousness is the sum of what you think, desire, cherish, and regard as true. Everything you agree to inwardly. This is the reason a shift in consciousness must come before any external changes can appear. It might be tough to swallow, but the absolute truth is that what you perceive as outer circumstances are mental constructs. Because you don't recognize your own magnificence, you keep playing the role of a victim to this simulation. Neville portrayed the universe and all it contains as a performance staged in God's imagination. But God isn't some distant presence hidden behind the sky. It's your very own imagination. You yourself are the source, the divine, or whatever name you prefer. You just haven't realized it. However, the moment you awaken to this innate gift, you can reshape your life in utterly breathtaking ways. Think back for a second on all your past experiences. Everything that has transpired in your life so far was unknowingly formed by you. From trivial everyday annoyances to the grand events that molded your path. Now, if you begin using this power intentionally, you can construct a future of your choosing. You can author a different narrative for yourself. You can be as joyful, healthy, and abundant as you've always yearned to be. And you can enjoy the wealth and triumph you once assumed were only for the exceptionally fortunate. It may sound fantastic, even too good to be believed, but you must be wondering how to take real steps to exit the simulation and finally wield your own abilities for your advantage. That brings us to the 3-step formula. Before we reveal these steps, understand that they demand a full-scale overhaul and rewiring of your mind. As you attempt to adopt the changes and practice the guidance laid out here, every neuron will resist, and that initial sense of discomfort is actually proof you're initiating a mental transformation. Your physical body doesn't like change, but if you truly crave an upgraded life, change is essential. Regardless of how challenging it feels at first, press on until you've applied all 3 steps consistently for at least 21 days. That's the minimal period your brain needs to adapt to a fresh routine. So grant yourself that duration, see it through, and by the time those 21 days pass, you'll witness extraordinary adjustments, not just in your thinking, but in the world around you. The first step of the formula is to design a mental environment that fosters creativity, so you can fully tap your powers as a creator and build a life aligned with your grandest dreams. Ask yourself, why do you want to leave the simulation you feel trapped in? Here's the answer. Because you finally want authority over your own fate. You want to steer your circumstances rather than passively watch them unfold. You're ready to stop being a mere spectator of your story and become a conscious shaper of your destiny. These are the hallmarks of a genuine creator, a manifester, someone who has harnessed the capacity to mold his reality. You were given an amazing creative ability the moment your eyes opened as a tiny infant. At that stage, your direct connection to Source, or God ensured you instinctively understood there was nothing mightier than your imagination. You realized you could create anything by focusing your energy upon it. This is why young kids become deeply lost in pretend play. Their imaginations are so vivid, they can't help but live in their own magical universes. Then, as the child grows, society compels them to face reality, to cast aside imagination. The divine spark bestowed by God fades, and one's capacity to create diminishes. Years of societal programming bury the brain under fear and survival instincts. To cleanse your mind of these corrosive, limiting emotions, you must often retreat into silence. Silence is extremely therapeutic and allows your mind to recharge. Furthermore, if you can slip into deeper states of calm, you can rewire your limiting beliefs with ease. A highly effective, time-honored method for reaching these tranquil states is meditation. Countless meditation styles exist, but you only need one simple practice to connect with your higher self daily. Here's a straightforward routine. Find a still, comfortable spot and ensure you won't be interrupted for 20 to 30 minutes. Sit upright, shoulders relaxed, hands resting gently on your knees, then shut your eyes. By closing your eyes, you detach from the stimulation of the external world. You'll feel a flood of thoughts vying for attention. Don't fight them. Rather, inhale deeply, hold for 3 seconds, and exhale slowly. Shift into simply observing every breath's inhale, the brief pause, and the exhale. This focus on breathing naturally reduces non-stop mental chatter, and in around 5 minutes, you'll start feeling calmer. Once you detect tranquility seeping in, try extending your exhales longer than your inhales. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 5, and breathe out for 6. This technique nudges the body toward homeostasis, a naturally balanced state of mind and body that amplifies both creativity and intuition. After 20 minutes, gently open your eyes to end the session. Though 20 minutes may seem trivial to someone else, for you, it becomes the bedrock on which all of your creative endeavors will flourish. Dedicate yourself to meditating each morning for the next 21 days so that your mind reclaims its gift of imagination. The second step in freeing yourself from your present reality, or the simulation, as we're labeling it, involves severing the energetic ties to your past. If you desire absolute freedom and the power to be the architect of your destiny, you must immerse yourself in the present. We exist in a holographic universe in which everything, past, present, future, unfolds simultaneously in the eternal now. The present moment is the womb of creation, the space where fresh possibilities germinate and manifest. But if you remain fixated on past memories and behavior patterns, you deny your mind a genuine opportunity to create the astounding future you want. Your current identity, your thoughts, convictions, and habitual emotions are all subroutines embedded in your subconscious mind from past experiences. These subroutines are so potent that they dictate your life almost entirely without you noticing. Dr. Bruce Lipton notes that 95% of the time, we run on autopilot, reliant on these pre-programmed habits. It might appear we're consciously choosing, but in truth, our subconscious is at the helm, using ancient input from years gone by. That is the simulation you long to escape. Those old scripts were devised by your past, but you're not the same person now, and you want a future that differs from your past. So the existing scripts hold you back. Your past might be filled with regrets, pain, or the urge to settle debts with people who hurt you, but that path only leads to more sorrow. As Neville said, don't spend even a second on regret. Indulging in sorrowful memories of the past just reinfects you. Let the dead bury the dead. Abandon what appears unchangeable and assume the feelings you'd have if you were already who you aim to be. In his talks, Neville also introduced a powerful technique called revision, which helps neutralize harsh memories. Simply sit in meditation until you enter a trance-like brainwave pattern. Once there, revisit the event but reshape it so that it no longer stings. If, for instance, you once received alarming news from a doctor, reimagine that doctor giving you a report of perfect health. Practice revising that memory every day until the painful emotional charge melts away and you fully replace that neural loop. Finally, we arrive at the third step, the element that may bring you your fastest breakthroughs. Pay attention. You want to escape this simulated reality, your personal mental cage, for one fundamental reason. You refuse to keep accepting things as they are and yearn to become a better person, living a more rewarding life starting right now. However, to craft a new life, you must identify precisely what that life looks and feels like. What transformations do you seek in your finances? What improvements do you hope to see in your relationships? And above all, how do you wish to feel about yourself and your reality? Neville Goddard declared feeling to be the secret key in manifestation. If your wish is a spectacular future, target the associated feelings, then embrace and sustain them until they become an instinctive part of you. Look around. Most people tethered to their past or mired in the matrix hold on to emotions of sadness, doubt, or inferiority. To break free from the matrix, you have to flip that switch and embody feelings of worthiness, hope, and expectancy. This principle is known as the law of assumption, a cornerstone in Neville's teachings. In practice, it means living in the emotions of your desired future instead of returning to the emotions of your past. A helpful tip is to memorize a few uplifting affirmations. I'm worthy of a brilliant tomorrow and an amazing life. Everything I want is finding its way to me. All my dreams come true with surprising ease, or I am the chosen one, the master of my own destiny. Recite these lines whenever you're idle or when you catch your mind drifting into old, unhelpful thought cycles. Then, at night, just before you doze off, picture your best future in your mind until you sense its vibration, and allow yourself to drift off in that state of consciousness. Never forget that you produced the simulation, and thus you alone hold the key to escaping it. If you adhere to the 3-step process described here for a few weeks, you will witness phenomenal changes in what might otherwise be a plain, routine existence.